Moving on. Ever since India began its journey as an elected non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council for a 2-year term in January 2021, the country has been raising its voice against the acts of terrorism at the global level. Recently, India urged the United Nations Security Council to remain cognizant of the dangers of weapons of mass destruction falling into the hands of terrorist groups. A report. India continues its strong and focused commitment to help UN member states build capacity to prevent and counter terrorism. Along with such huge monetary contribution in the fight against terrorism, New Delhi is always very vocal about this global threat. Recently, at the open consultations of the UN Security Council 1540 Committee on the Proliferation of Nuclear, Chemical and Biological Weapons, India cautioned over the heightened threat of misuse of biological agents and chemicals as weapons against the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic.
This threat of terrorists acquiring weapons of mass destruction is no longer in the theoretical realm, as further indicated in the reports of the UN investigative agency in Iraq. The findings reveal that a terrorist group with considerable territory under its control can develop and deploy these deadly weapons within a short period of time. This is deeply disturbing. Therefore, preventing terrorist groups from acquiring and using weapons of mass destruction must be an urgent priority and responsibility of the international community. In this regard, we encourage all participants in the open consultations to focus on this critical threat during this meeting in the next 3 days.
A number of countries in the world are working on the development and production of weapons of mass destruction. They can kill and eliminate large number of people in a short time or cause great damage to human-made and natural structures or the biosphere. There remains a grave danger that several well-established and well-funded Pak-backed terror organizations like Al-Qaeda, Taliban and the ISS have now gained access to these weapons and materials and methods of their formation. Recent reports of the UN investigative team have revealed that a terrorist group with considerable territory under its control can develop and deploy these deadly weapons within a short period of time. At the UN Security Council, India highlighted the dangers that access of weapons of mass destruction to terrorist groups could entail to international peace and security. India reiterated that a key area that needs the focus of the international community is the rapid evolution of the proliferation risks. New Delhi also highlighted that the growing capabilities of terrorists and other non-state groups to access delivery systems like missiles and unmanned aerial systems have compounded the risks of terrorism.
Another key area that needs the focus of the international community is the rapid evolution of proliferation risks. Under-Secretary General Nakamitsu elucidated the challenges posed by the new and emerging technologies which may increase the risk of WMD access by terrorist groups and other non-state actors. Their growing capability to access delivery systems like missiles and uncrewed aerial systems have compounded the risk of use of WMDs. Similarly, in the COVID era, the threat of weaponization of the biological agents and chemicals has only heightened. The open consultations would be a useful forum to deliberate these issues and explore how the committee can assist member states in this critical area.
For several years, India has been itself battling terrorism with great determination. Terrorism is a global phenomenon whose destructive potential and lethal reach is enhanced by linkages to illicit trafficking in drugs and small arms and international money laundering operations. Domestic measures alone cannot deal with terrorism as long as some countries continue to provide safe havens for terrorists. Therefore, to be effective, the fight against terrorism must be long-term, sustained and global. It must tackle not just the perpetrators of the act, but also those who sponsor them.